So, you are seeing my face, not only my face, the face of my guest on this Saturday afternoon. Normally, I come live on Tuesdays, but I adjust my time just to bring guests that will be a blessing to us. Welcome to another episode of Balance and Harmony Hour. Like always, we are waiting to connect on Instagram. And today I'm not alone. For the next few weeks, I'm just inviting different guests to speak to us. 1 minute, let me see whether Instagram is going to do. No, they are not. It's not yet doing, but we'll continue.
Will it be showing?
We're
Will it
talking
be
about.
showing? Coach Ife, can you
Yes,
hear
I'm
me?
listening. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. Will my followers be able to see this on Instagram? Because I don't know. I've
They will
not
not be able to.
used this platform before.
No, they will not be able to see it.
Oh,
What could have
except they are
done at the
following you.
beginning? Yeah, what could have done at the beginning? I would have reduced one of my channels and bring in your channel.
Oh, okay. Okay. No
You
problem.
understand?
Let's just go on. Let's go ahead.
Sometimes it does that way. Even
If you
right now, I
post it,
cannot go
just
live, tag you.
if you are able to, yes, put me as a collaboration so that we'll be able to see it.
Okay. Um, cannot even
That's
post on
after
Inst.
the.
Yeah, I cannot even post on Instagram. So that means we are on YouTube and Facebook. Sometimes the connections don't go. So we
Okay.
continue. So we are just on Facebook and YouTube. So today we're talking about the person within. And I so much like this topic because this month of June, I am having a webinar for especially Africans. It can be anyone, but especially Africans in diaspora. That means Africans that are living, people that are living outside their birth country or outside their home country. And most of the time, man, we just lose our identity. Maybe because you
Mhm.
get to a country whereby they are speaking another language, where they don't recognize your certificate, where you now become the cook, the driver, the cleaner, and everything, and sometimes you just lose yourself. So that's I'll talk about that more at the end of the live session. But today I have a seasoned coach talking. She'll be talking to us about the person within, finding the forgotten beneath the daily hustles. Her name is Tochi Okpara. She is a passionate community builder. She has a platform and the founder of Talking Mom Stress. You know, sometimes if you just think of stress, you think of moms. They are wearing
Yeah.
100 hats, you know. So that's what she does. She organizes symposiums and Moms Day Out. Even I think in April, I was privileged to be on the same panel with her at the last concluded African Stress Management Summit. So today she'll be telling us how to bring out that person within. We don't want to lose who God created us to be because of our everyday up and down. So the floor is yours, Tochi. Thank you for
Okay.
being here.
Thank you. It's a pleasure being here. Good morning, everybody from Nigeria, because I am currently in Nigeria, and it's a rainy day. It's been raining all morning. In fact, since last night, it's been raining. But of course, we thank God for today. We thank God for a brand new day, and hopefully, I know and I believe that this session is going to really impact on everybody who is listening. If at any point in time you cannot hear me, please let me know. And let
Yeah.
me apologize in advance because I have a toddler and he's going to be showing up from time to time. He just likes being
That's
around
no
me. So
problem.
please pardon me.
That's
Okay,
no
go and close
problem.
the door, please. Okay, so this morning we are going to be talking about the person within, finding yourself beneath all the daily hustle. And when I saw this topic, like I said, the first thing that came to my mind was just moms because I'm always wired to speak to mothers. But I'll try as much as possible to generalize this. But if even if you are not a mom, anybody that is listening to it can get one or two things out of it. So for the purpose of this topic, I've divided it into four major pillars. I want us to to understand it properly and to gain clarity when we hear it. So the four pillars I divided the topic into are: first, what does it mean to find yourself? What does it mean to find you within, beneath all the daily hustle, all the gas goes of life that hits us? Number two, why is it important? Why is it important to reconnect to yourself? And why is it important to have this discussion? You know. Number three, what are the signs that indicate that you are not in alignment with your true self, or that something is amiss? You don't just feel like yourself. And lastly, how can you reconnect or find yourself again? Um, I always like an interactive class, but this one that I can't see my audience. Okay, so we'll just go ahead with that. Please excuse me for like 1 minute. Let me.
Just 1 minute, my guess it
Please,
would
please,
be.
tell me. Please. Okay. So pardon me for that. I had to quickly address the gentleman.
No problem.
Okay. So first of all, I'd like to start by asking us this really important question, and I know that at some point in our lives we must have heard it, especially most recently when a lot of people have started um, prioritizing their mental health. So most times you hear this question like, aside, or if you strip away all the titles, all the roles, all your achievements, what is left is the core of who you are. So let me ask you, when you remove the Mrs., the Mr., the dad, mom, project manager, daughter, friend, all the titles, all the achievements, who are you? Who do you say that you are? When you are able to answer this question, you understand who your true self is, who you really are, who the core of who you are is. So sometimes, because I try to even answer the question myself when I put up that question, and it can be really difficult to answer it because you are used to, my name is Tochi, I'm a public servant, it is this, I'm a mom of three, yada 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 yada. And I sat down, and in fact I had to run to ChatGPT. I was like, okay, see everything I am, oh, please, how can you help me to I don't want to include all the achievements, so take away all of this. Who can you summarize Tochi as? And I'll tell you what ChatGPT gave me. And it says
Okay.
Tochi is Tochi is a sweetheart with a heart for supporting young mothers, nurturing community, and fostering connection. She is driven by empathy, care, and a desire to make a positive impact. She values honesty, quality relationships, personal development, and growth. She loves making new connections and making a difference in the lives of others. She loves to be happy, and she believes there is always a simpler way to do life. And in all honesty, it captured the essence of who I am. Like, I couldn't even fault it at all. I was like, yes. And I see it play out in everything that I do. Because I'll give you an instance. In March, we had our Mother's Day celebration, and it took a lot from me. It took a toll financially, time, and all of that. And I told some of my other team members, I said, you see, after this event, I'm not doing anything again this year. As in, like, just count me out. And they were laughing. They said, my assistant was like, I know you. Anyway, no problem. I will not argue. Look at me. I am planning a symposium for August. I am planning a staycation. I am planning a Christmas event. I have projects, community projects lined up. I'm planning an outreach program for new moms. And I read this, I was like, as in, there's no denying it.
That's
The core of
core,
who you are is
core of who you
like,
are.
you just like impacting lives, and you are driven by empathy, because I see no reason why I should be bothered why some other mother is struggling. You
Mm.
understand? So, but it's just who I am. That's the core of who I am. So you need to sit down to understand the core of who you are, aside from all the other titles and everything. When you are able to to highlight all of those other things that make you who you are, you would understand how to connect to that person. So the second thing I'm going to ask is, are you, because the topic says finding yourself, but I'd like to tweak our mindset a little bit around that question. I love to be positive about things. So instead of me saying I feel lost, I'd rather say at this point in time I am not aligned with who I am, and maybe I am just adjusting to my situation, my current situation, or my current season, or probably I am even evolving to becoming a better person. So if right now you don't even feel like yourself again, it's okay. You are not broken. You are not the worst person. You're not worse off. There's nothing wrong with you. If you can begin to tweak your mindset to say, okay, I know that I am struggling, or I don't feel like myself right now, but maybe I am adjusting to something, or there's a place that God is trying to put me, there's a position that God is trying to take me into, and I am now evolving to become that person. Okay, so these two things, who are you aside from all the titles, and how are you, or who are you becoming? Who are you becoming now? Are you realigning? Are you adjusting to your season, or are you evolving into something better than you currently are? Okay, so let's move on to the first pillar, which is, let's even figure out what does it mean to find the you within. And okay, before I something just dropped in my heart right now. Before I define that, I want us to, maybe this will help you to also figure out who the core of who you are. Um, take any fruit tree for instance. I love mangoes, so I'll go with mangoes. You plant a seed, a mango seed. No matter where you plant it, a mango seed will always yield mango fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you plant it in Jigawa or anywhere, or Nigeria or Canada, anywhere you plant it would always yield mango fruit. A mango tree will not give you orange, pineapple, guava, or agbalumo, you know. So if you look at the core of who you are as that seed that is within you, that no matter where you are, no matter your environment, no matter what you are able to get in life, no matter where you are, that seed within you would always yield, or would always manifest in those fruits that you are producing. You will now understand your true essence. So you as a person, your true values, your passion, your purpose, that is your seed, and that is the core of who you are. So like I said about Mother's Day event and everything, and my decision to now, you know, carry on those projects again. It's just who I am. Even though I'm also a 9 to 5, I'm a public servant. I have other projects, other things, other responsibilities. But even in those places, those positions I find myself, I still show up with
Mm.
empathy for people. I am always, looking out, seeing how I can impact or make life better for some other person. But I don't do it, without boundaries. Because
Yeah.
as somebody who has a lot of empathy, you can tend to go overboard and just be saying yes, 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 and if you do it everything for that person, and eventually you lose yourself. But
That's
because I am very self-aware, I know who I am, and I know the core of who I am. I know the things I'm capable of doing. I've set boundaries that will also help me to stay true to myself. So I hope that makes a lot of sense. So finding that person within you means discovering and reconnecting with your true self beyond the roles, the titles, the responsibilities, and external expectations. You see these external expectations and trying to live up to societal expectations is a lot, and it really it negatively affects us as individuals, because you are trying to live up to some other person's validation, some other person's expectations. You are not being true to yourself, and at the end of the day, you burn out. You are not happy. You don't feel fulfilled. So when we are talking about finding that person within, it means you are able to reconnect to that person, devoid of other people's expectation. You are staying true to yourself, without all these other roles, and you're able to say, okay, this is the core of who I am, and I want to be this person. Why is it? It's easy. It's really easy for us to get consumed, or for us to be stuck when we are trying to live our day to day life, and that's because, for example, if you are, in fact, the world all over, the economy is bad right now.
Mhm.
So many people are doing one, two, three jobs at the same time. A stay at home mom, for example, she's doing a remote job. She's still looking after the home front. She has a business. Just because they are trying to make ends meet, you are doing more than your capabilities. And at the end of the day, you see that you have little or no time for yourself. So this is also one reason why it's very easy for us to lose ourselves in the daily hustle. Also, maybe because, like I said, we are trying to live by some other person's validation. You are not being true to yourself. You are not being genuine to the things that you love, the things that you do. Somebody can even say, yes, you are living fake life. You understand? So when you are trying to make other people happy, you see other people living their lives, but you are denying yourself that pleasure, that joy of being happy. It's a lot. It will tell on you, and you will disconnect with your true self. So why is it important for us to have this conversation, or for you to find yourself? Why is it important? Why is this topic important? Number one, finding yourself would help you live a genuine and authentic life, aligned with your values, with your purpose, and with your passion. Like, there's no pretense anywhere. You're not pretending. You're not pretending to be who you are not. You can get up at any point in time and say, this is who I am. You are authentic, you are real, you are genuine, you are honest with who you are. It just helps you live a life of authenticity, honesty, and just being true to yourself. Number two, it's important to find yourself because it will help you find fulfillment and thrive in life. You are not just living life as a default. No be anywhere belle face we go. You just see yourself, oh, I beg. I don't tire, I beg anything, anyhow. Once you are true and connected to yourself, you would find fulfillment. You will enjoy the things that you do. You will do it with so much passion and so much happiness and joy. And you just see that you are thriving. You just feel like everything you do, you are succeeding in everything that you do, really. Number three, when you are able to find yourself again, you would embrace your strengths, you will embrace your weaknesses, you will know your potentials, and you'll be able to live life in just like an improved manner. So, like I said, when I was talking about um, setting boundaries, it's because I know who I am, I know
Mhm.
my values, I know my belief, I know my purpose in life. That's why I can say that, okay, I know my strength. These are the things I can do. And I know my weaknesses, please. These are the things I cannot do. These are the things that, make me lose myself. Please don't bring it close to me. Bad energy, stay far away. I beg. I can't deal. Anything that is going to stress me, no. And it doesn't mean that I don't like complicated things. It just means that if you are overly complicating an issue that we can get to straightforward like this, you want to go to Z, you now go A, W, backward, T, B, before we now get to Z. No, 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 no. Just please show me the pathway. What are we supposed to do at any point in time? And let's get it done. And so when I'm true to myself, when I know who I am, when I know the core of who I am, I'm able to embrace the things I can do, my strengths, my weaknesses, and I can live, a life of growth and continuous improvement. So number four, when you're able to find and connect yourself, it helps you to boost your confidence and self-belief. Like, you just be feeling like you're working on cloud nine. Your head will just be high. Like, I know who I am, I know my worth, I know my value. I can't, no, I can't be lower than this. You understand? I can't when somebody even brings something your way, be like, no, this is not my standard. I know the things I want for myself, so that cannot work. So it helps you to boost your confidence, your self belief, your self worth. Number five, having this discussion is important because it helps you become self aware. You understand your thought process, you understand your emotions, the way you feel, your desires, and it can also help you make certain decisions. So right now we are going to, before we even talk about the signs, you may even notice that sometimes you may see some people looking like they are happy and successful outside, but inside they are not happy. They
So
are they
that's
are disconnected from who they are. And you might even be feeling, you that you are watching this live session now, if you ask yourself that genuine question, am I happy? Am I happy with who I am? Am I really happy with where I am? Do I feel like something is missing? But sometimes we try to put up a front outside like, everything is okay. And most times it's just because we feel like we have to live up to other people's expectations, or the successes that we are having now are not even aligned genuinely with who we are. So you also need to take note of that. There's no need to lie to yourself. And it's not a bad thing if you don't feel like you again. If you wake up in the morning and you're asking yourself, why you just feel like you look at the mirror and you don't even understand who you are. It's okay. You just need to, take a step away from everything that you're doing and try to, you know, figure out what are the things that make me happy, what are the things I can do to change how I'm feeling or what is really going on with me.
Coach
So
Chuchi, I think maybe
yes.
you can give small light. I think that is where people might get stuck. They go inside to try to find their true self, and they realize that their true self, for example, don't want to work but want money, which is a very bad combination. Or you now find your in your core self, it can be very surprising. It's not just weaknesses, but there are things that you are so surprised about. You don't want to be with anybody, you just want to be on your own. And
On your
in
own,
this world, you cannot be on your own all the time. So
definitely.
when somebody now finds themselves, their core self, and they're not happy with it, they're just not happy, or they are surprised by it. It just takes them by surprise. Oh, this is who I am. What can they do in such situations?
Okay, so first of all, what are you learning about yourself? What identify those things that you have noticed that are, like you said, surprising or different. You understand? When you are able to identify, okay, these are the things or these are the areas that I have noticed that need changing. What's the first step I need to take to getting myself better? So could it be making new connections? Could it be taking a day or a few minutes out to now pour into myself, maybe self care? Or could it be that I need to take a break from certain things to reconnect, like to rest more, to make new friends, or I don't know how to put it now. But basically, because I'm even going to come to the point of where, what are the things we need to do to reconnect to ourselves. But let me just, journaling is one of it. Mindfulness is another thing. You have to be mindful with the things that you do, what you say, how you want to live your life moving forward.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you have to be intentional. You have to be really intentional about the things that you are doing, who you are interacting with. This would help you connect more to who you are truly and genuinely. It will make you self-aware. It will make you now understand that, okay, these are things that I like. Because sometimes things that when we are even talking about finding yourself, things that you used to do before, you may not even want to do them again. You will realize that over time, you will now want to become this person. And it's fine with that. That's really okay. So if that's what you are, if that's who you are now, so what do I need to do to maintain this person that I have become? So I think, but when we get into, you know, how we can really find ourselves, we'll talk about that. Right now, I want to talk about how stress affects um connecting to ourselves, because when we are talking about getting our when we are within stuck in the daily hustle, beneath the daily hustle, we cannot eliminate the place of stress. So how does stress contribute to you losing yourself or disconnecting from yourself? Number one, once you are stressed like this, you cannot recognize yourself. You are looking in the mirror, and the person looking back at you is a total stranger. Due
Sometimes
to self
I
neglect. Yes, due to you've neglected yourself a lot. Maybe you are burnt out, or like I said, lots of boundaries. You are just saying yes to everybody. You don't even make out time for yourself. So when you are in your pursuit of your daily 2K, it's important that you create that time to attend to your own personal needs. If not, you are making other people happy and you are dissatisfying yourself. And once that has gone beyond control, you find yourself really struggling to connect back. So every day you must, like I always tell my moms in my community, every day you must make out time to do something for yourself, something that addresses, okay, what I mean that is something that addresses your own personal need. You must do something, one thing for yourself every day, because that's the only thing that will keep you happy. When you are serving others and you don't serve yourself, you cannot be happy. Resentment will fall in. You will start resenting other people. You to feel like everybody is progressing and you are falling behind. Okay, so try as much as possible not to get to that point in time. To that point. Number two, stress makes you become very reactive in
Mm.
your thought process. You're not even thoughtful at all. You're not empathic towards other people. Um, your actions are no longer intentional. So you react rather than respond to people around you, to your environment, and to life generally. Because when you are stressed, you're not even you don't think before you don't pause, you don't think before you respond. It just comes like that. One person has said one thing, you have gone to cloud cloud 1 million already. So stress really puts you in that place of losing who you are and just being a reactive person. Number three, like I said, you can't think straight. It clouds your judgment and your thought processes, and it makes you disconnect with your values. So before somebody has even said one thing, you have responded, you have jumped to conclusion. Like I used to say, you have jumped to summary, recommendation, and conclusion. The person is still in chapter one, oh, but you have finished the book already. You're not even giving them chance to explain themselves. So it doesn't let you think straight. You're not yourself and all of that. And finally, it can lead to feelings of uncertainty, confusion, and self-doubt. When we said when you're able to connect yourself, you feel confident, you know who you are, you know your self-worth. When you're stressed out, it doesn't make you feel confident. In fact, you doubt yourself a lot. You don't pour into yourself. So self-care, self-love, you are not even compassionate, you are not kind, you are not merciful or graceful towards yourself. So all of that would make you disconnect from the true person that you are. So what are these daily habits that we can now do to help us connect with ourselves? Let me take the analogy of our fruit tree, our mango tree that I said initially. When you plant a seed, you have to water it. It needs sunlight to grow. It needs a good environment. Then you see that it will grow from the stem, it will have branches. One branch can even have more fruits than some other branches, but you see that that tree is growing healthy, is yielding fine, healthy, and very beautiful fruits. That's just how it is when you practice this habit to help you connect to your true self. That your seed, that is the core of who you are. When you're able to water yourself, when you're able to put yourself in a good light, when you're able to surround yourself with good environment, then you see that you're thriving and you're able to connect to your true self. So first things first, of course, self-care. You need to prioritize self-care and rest. And self-care helps you to become more aware. It helps you to become visible to yourself. You know who you are. You can see yourself and recognize that person in the mirror. You're not looking like a monster or looking like, another version of yourself. You are thriving, you are happy, and you are able to do the things that make you you again.
Mm.
I love I love watching movies. So every day, I honestly, every day I try as much as possible to watch one movie every day. Every day. Once my children go to bed, I'm looking for a movie that I can watch because it makes me feel lighter. It makes me, no matter what has happened throughout the day, I can sit back and relax and watch something that will make me laugh and forget all the day's worries, and I can go to bed happy and I can sleep well. you know I also love music. I love to dance, even though I'm not a good dancer, but with my children, yesterday
Okay.
I was even yes, yesterday yesterday I was cooking in the kitchen and we were listening to music on YouTube. I was feeling yam. I went with my yam to the parlor where all of us were dancing. Look, it doesn't take anything away from you to just take few minutes to give yourself happiness. You understand? So this type of things would help you when you are pouring into yourself, you are taking care of yourself. You would feel like yourself again. You don't need to show up as some other person. You're not always angry or reactive. Okay, and then you'll be able to connect back to that person, that happy person, that person that you used to be or who you want to become. Okay, so because you can't even rule out the place of self-care and rest. We need good sleep because it helps you. Oh, I have a call, sorry. Because it helps you heal yourself, heal your body, both internally and externally. You can now become a better version of yourself. If you are not feeling fine, I don't think there's anybody who is sick that will be talking about, I want to connect back to myself. What are you connecting back to when you are not well? Do you understand? So you need to feel okay, mind, body, and soul. All right. And that's what rest helps you. It helps you to quiet those external noise and focus on what truly matters at that point in time. Secondly, affirmations and prayers. Affirmations and prayers. Um, you are not, how do I put it now? You can't take away the place of prayer in trying to reconnect to your true self because you didn't create yourself. Okay. And this is for because me, I'm a Christian and I cannot do without my faith too. Even though at a point in time I felt like because I was self-aware, I felt like that part of my life was, beginning to fade away a bit because of all the responsibilities. I have a toddler, I have three children, and sometimes it feels like I'm drowning. So that part, when I'm trying to show up, let's get to school on time, school run and all of that. And I find myself struggling to, even awaken that life that I used to have before. So because I'm self-aware, I had to put that part of me in the front burner now. I got new Bibles, I got rosaries, I'm a Catholic, I got rosaries, and I said, okay, do you know what? Our prayer time has to be 7 p.m. Because if my children don't see me praying, there's no amount of teaching I want to teach. They live by what we model. So because I know that this is what I want them, or this is who I want them to be, or how I want them to grow up, I have to model it. And if this is not who I am or who I want to be, I can't do it. And they can't see, I can't be able to model it. So the place of prayer is highly, highly important. God God wants us to thrive. He wants us to live our authentic, real self in
Mm.
his own image and likeness. So you can't deny yourself staying away from God. Go to him in prayer. Father Lord, I am struggling. These are the areas I can't, these are the areas that I'm struggling. I don't seem to, I can't find myself. I don't recognize who I am. This. Table, talk to him. He's your father. And you'll see that just let him take over those things that, are bothering you. And you see that you become happier and you become, yourself again. affirmations, there is an affirmation for everything that is going on with you. What I do is how you're feeling, twist it and change it to the positive, to the positive. So maybe I'm unhappy. So your affirmation is I am a happy woman, I am a happy person, I can live a happy life. So whatever it is that you're struggling with, change it to be positive and use it as your affirmation. Say it every day. You can look in the mirror, whether you are doing your chores or you are doing one or two things. So just saying affirmations, less than 5 seconds, 2 seconds, 5 minutes. Say it, and you see that you begin to feel like yourself again. Another thing that you can do is make meaningful connections. Like somebody like me now, I love to meet new people. And what this helps you do is understand exactly the kind of person you are. And like we said, like you're not even meant to do life alone.
Mm,
You're not an island. So having connections also helps you grow your own support system, because these are the people that you reach out to when you're struggling, when you're trying to, feel like yourself again. Okay, what are you doing? Let me put a call across to this person and have a chat with this person, and I feel better. Or um can we meet at so place? I just feel like going out and I don't want to go out alone. That's fine. But if you want to also do it alone, that's also good. But it's not good for you to, all the time to just be by yourself. You feel like you are the only person the whole world is happening to. But when you have one or two people that you can reach out to, who you can get support from, who you can talk to, people that can speak life into you as well, it makes you feel a lot better. And then they help you to revive that person within you. So journaling and reflection is another thing that you can do. When you wake up in the morning, you say your affirmations, you say your prayers, you set your intentions for the day. You can journal your feelings, journal your worries, journal your intentions for the day, journal, goals that you have, whether for the day, for the week. And from time to time, you can go back to it and see how much progress you have made. And this helps you to regain your inner peace. Journaling helps you to also, take a lot of your worries off your mind, because
mhm.
a clear mind, when you have a clear mind, you are able to, understand, have clear thought processes. You are able to take a pause before you, respond, and all of that. So journaling and self-reflection is really, really important. Coach, if you want to add anything here?
No, just want. I wanted to just say when you just talk about connection, you used the right word,
Okay.
meaningful correction,
Yeah.
connection. Just we need people, but we need people that will add to our lives and will add to their lives, not just anybody, not just have a million followers and you have nobody. You know,
Nobody. Exactly.
really people that have meaningful connection that can also point out to you um your mistakes, your strengths, tell you, oh, and do you know you're a good writer, do you know you're a good speaker, go into that, or do you know,
Exactly.
don't talk like that in public again. All those things, they can help bring out
Exactly.
the real you also.
Yes. And they keep us in check. They keep us in
Yeah,
check, really.
yeah, yes.
Yes, okay. Thank you for that. So one other thing I was going to add was learning something new. When
Yeah.
you learn something new, it boosts your mental capacity. It helps you to identify your strengths. It helps you to understand who, like we are saying, not just who you want to be, who you were, but also who you are becoming. So try as much as possible to learn learn something. It doesn't necessarily have to be a skill. It can just be something inside a book. It can be just one or two research here and there. You heard a word. Let me even check what's the meaning of this word. Or something came to your mind. Okay, like I said, me, when I was even asking the question of who I am, I went to ChatGPT. Ordinarily, I wouldn't have on my own be able to put down those things exactly the way it was said. And this
Mhm.
is about me. And when I read it, I was like, wow, this is really me. So I've learned a lot of things about myself with just that simple exercise. So don't um don't just feel okay where you are, because we are meant to grow. We are meant to,
Oh,
yes, we are meant to grow. We are meant to be social. We're meant to have people around us. And when you are learning something new, it also helps you to understand yourself better. Um, so I'm almost coming to the end of my presentation. And sometimes you might feel like, you are losing yourself. Like I said, please try as much as possible to change that mindset. You're not losing yourself. You're not broken. There's nothing wrong with you. When you are able to practice some of all these habits, you can take one, maybe before everybody wakes up, you can wake up first, take a few moments for yourself, do some of these self-care practices or some of these habits, make it a routine. Eventually, it will become a part and parcel of you. Make peace with yourself.
mm,
Make peace with yourself. Even though you are struggling, it's okay. It's not the end of the world. Just be compassionate with yourself, because really, life will always life. Life is lifing. You are chasing life. Life is chasing you. It's like a rat race, basically. Um, and there are a lot of things in this world that pose as obstacles to our happiness, to reconnecting with ourselves. But if you are compassionate with yourself, you love yourself, you are accepting, and you understand that, okay, these are the things I'm struggling with, it will now help you identify the things that you're supposed to do that will now bring you back to that person that you want to be, or to that person that you want to become. So it's okay. Don't beat yourself down, and understand that things can always get better. Um, so finally, I'll just want you to go back to the questions to help you identify who you are. So I highlighted a few questions that you can ask yourself. So, what am I learning about myself? What am I learning about myself? What sparks joy in my life? What sparks joy in my, what are those things that make me happy? What are those things I am passionate about? And how can I prioritize those things that make me passionate? What are my values? What values do I live by? What values do I live by? And who am I? Who am I without all these roles, responsibilities, and titles? Who am I? Or you can even add, who am I becoming? Who am I becoming? So, Coach Ifi, thank you very much for the opportunity. If you have any other questions that
yeah.
you want to throw at me,
Thank you
I hope I've
so.
been able to do justice to the topic
You
as well.
you did. You know the thing, it's just like the Bible. You read the Bible today, you get one aspect. That same verse, you read it 1 month later, you're getting something else.
Another thing, yes.
So I had what you said, but in a bit different way. But the way you brought it is so unique. It's really, really very unique. Thank you so much. As we were talking, I don't know why my mind is just going to those people. Some people, they find it easy to find themselves. You understand? They find themselves and they like themselves. And all what they need to do is to develop themselves. You
Mm.
know, people find it difficult to become something else. Something happened to me last year. I discovered something about myself and I was surprised. I wanted to be disappointed and I said no. I really had to ask myself those questions. And that's what we need to ask ourselves, all those questions and more. Like prompt yourself, ask yourself and answer
Mm.
them. Take out time to answer them. So I just realized that I could no more tolerate some kind of people in my life. I just could
Mm.
not tolerate people that are just wicked, people that are just not patient, people that are just treating others like trash. I just could not anymore. And it was really getting too obvious for me, myself. And I now went back to myself and asked myself, what's going on? Before now, I was a person that, man, I'll be
You
on the floor.
tolerate everybody.
You match me, I will tell you sorry. Is that place hard? You know, you understand? I never thought anyone could harm anybody. You understand? So that was when I said that was the call me.
Yes,
Well, all of a
yes.
sudden, You now see people, you should just ask, why can't this man just wait? Why, and ask myself, why am I like this now? Why can I not just tolerate? Why can I not just let them be themselves? Then I had to answer
Mm.
those questions for myself. One, where I was before was not a good place.
Mm-hmm.
I had to leave that place, because that place is not is good for some people in your life. Just like now, when somebody gives me allow me to do something, I don't take that person for granted. Why some people they don't care? You
Mm.
understand? You can say, take my bank card, if you need something, use it to buy. Some people will just buy what they need. But some people will go on a buying spree.
Overboard, finish,
So
finish everything.
that was what I had to learn, that my core self is not a bad thing really, but it's not the best for me. So I had to now say, okay, now I've realized that people are just wicked. People are just, they're not wicked. Some are impatient. There are different kinds of people. So I need to come back and respond to them, like you said, not just reacting to them, not just jumping
Mm.
when I just see them talking to somebody somehow. And I'll say, okay, why can you not be patient? I'm just trying to be the judge coming in to be but they might have a story. They
Mm.
might have people have been out to them and they don't turn that way. Understand? So I have to come back and learn to respond and look at the situation and say, okay, this man is just not being patient. What's wrong? Does he have somewhere to go to? Or what? You understand? Then I now respond based on that. So I came to find that myself that I want to become, and I'm still developing in it. So if you are here and you are struggling, really struggling, you went to go and check who you are. You did these questions that Tochi told us. You ask those questions, and maybe you don't really like what you see. You can become somebody. You can recreate yourself. You can
Yes.
reinvent yourself. About 3 weeks ago, I was asked to speak at a women's Christian group, talking about we reflecting the characters of God. And one of the character of God is being creative. Is being
Mm.
creative. You can recreate yourself. You can learn how to talk differently. You can learn how
Mm-hmm.
to walk differently. You can learn how to think differently, thinking with mercy, thinking with
Exactly.
grace, thinking with love, handling with love. Even though you're angry with your children, you see punish them in love.
In
There's
love. Exactly.
something like that, so you can recreate yourself. So, and if you find that you find yourself and you love where you are, you can still go a step further to improve that person that you are. And
Mm.
don't let the daily activities, your work, the people at your work, your boss, your partner that does not do what you want them to do. Your children that you say 100 times, I don't only want you to just take a spoon and put it back in the right place. Don't let them to bring that you that you don't want to see anymore. Like you said, under stress. I've never really seen it that way. I loved it. I wrote it down. So under stress, you become
A
you said
totally different person.
you cannot
You
recognize
can't.
yourself again. That was the word.
Yes.
That got me. You cannot recognize yourself again. You'll be wondering, who is that? And
Who
we
is
don't
this?
want
Who is this
that.
person?
We don't want to lose ourselves in it. So I
Yeah.
think you really made justice to it. But this is something, this is a program you need to go back and watch again. I need to go back and watch it again and really write them down and really do them. Please do this, answer these questions, answer them for yourself. And all the recommendations that she gave, how to really find yourself, self-care, affirmations, prayer, journaling, reconnecting with the right meaningful people. Please do them and you see that change. I believe you see that change. What I'll ask you before you go as our final question is, did you, when you ask yourself, yes, you said something in the beginning when you said, who are you outside whoever we are? I find it difficult answering that question also. A lot of people,
It is.
because
It is. It's
you're
hard.
you're connected with the things you do. You just say, I'm Coach Ify, I'm
Exactly.
a medical assistant, I'm a mother, I'm a dealer. That is
Exactly.
who you are. So when you remove all those things, you really need to think, you need time
Deep.
to deep who
Yes.
you really are. So you now found out who you are. Now you're now in the process of becoming more, because we
Mm.
never become,
You
we
don't
continue
stop.
to
Yes, you never
stop.
stop. Yes, exactly.
What one, two things are you now doing personally every day to become?
That was the point I added, learning new things.
Learning new things.
Because yes, because I realized that I stopped I stopped learning.
Hmm.
Not purposely, but because I found myself always, in the mix of life, trying to do. In fact, recently I had to register for a graphic design course. Nothing concern me concern graphic design, but I just, it's something that I have always loved. I love the way when I give somebody my flyer, wow, so you are so creative, you can bring out this type of thing from this requirement that I want. And I saw somebody put up an opportunity to learn it, and I just registered. I knew that I did not have the time, but I now had to create time to learn it. So I am now in that phase of that era of wanting to learn something new. And that's why I put it up here. If you want to become, if you want to connect to that thing that you love to do, you have to constantly pursue learning. We unlearn past and negative things. We fill
Hmm.
ourselves up with new ideas, and then we continue to live by those things that we are learning. So the second thing, so that's the first thing. I am learning. My second thing is I am now beginning to speak up for the things that I want because of the empath that I am. Like I said, it's easy for me to say yes to everybody, even when it's not convenient. And then when I want for the things that I need, I do not speak up for them. So now I am beginning to speak up for the things that I need, for the things that I want. If I cannot do this thing, please, I can't do it. This is what I want to do. Can you help me get this thing? Yes or no? If you cannot, then I try and do it by myself. But I make sure that I speak up for the things that I want, for the things that I need.
Wow, wow, that is very, very powerful. We just say some things, but they have a lot of power in it. You said learning, please. That's a very big one. And speaking up. I'm in that boat. I'm in that boat, and I think that's part of the things I've improved, but I'm still down below. You just
Yeah,
do.
we that's the thing. We can't you can't stop growing. Life is all about growth. Part of being a human being is the fact that you are growing. You get so you can't just be okay being, even if you like where you are, you still need to, have a little development here and there so that you don't just become static and feel too comfortable with where you are. So we need to, yes, of course.
That's great. Thank you so much. Like I said, one needs to watch this video again, and you really need to take time and answer them for yourself. Me, this month, I'm asking myself a lot of questions. I'll be 50 next month, and
Woo!
I'm asking myself 1,000 questions, and now I have more questions because the next phase of my life, hey, I
Yeah, it's
become
a huge, it's a big milestone. 50
10,
years.
10x becoming, I'm telling you, really, because this
Ah,
this life
that,
can be so short sometimes. When
yes,
you just listen
yes,
to the things that are going on. Like my daughter called me yesterday. She was telling me the news she heard. First of all, the plane that got destroyed. Then
yes, and
home, people that will go back home, and the things they work for is just gone. And I said that's why you really need to be intentional and live every day as if it's your last,
it's your
and
last.
plan as if you are living forever. The balance in
Yes.
these two things, find it, and be fulfilled. Be fulfilled. She also said, you said it in one of what we were talking, that fulfillment is some of the things you get when you find yourself. People
Mm-hmm.
are not fulfilled. You get fulfilled when you find yourself. We can continue this topic. If to say we had people on this call, I don't think we will spend
Yes,
many
would
hours. People will really talk and bring in
want to call in, and yes, exactly.
their,
I actually thought it
their
was going to be on
questions
Instagram.
and their worries, but I know that they'll watch it. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you. So
Thank you.
before
Thank
I
you
go
for
out,
having me. I can't hear you again. The network is I can't hear you.
oh, okay,
Okay, I think I can hear
okay.
you now.
Oh, you can talk now. I think there was a
Hello.
there was a little problem.
Okay, no, I couldn't
I
hear
can
you initially. Yeah, so I just wanted to say no, to contribute to what you mentioned now, that your daughter said. And so that's why we spoke about being mindful and intentional when we were highlighting the things that you need to do, because when you're mindful and intentional, you don't just live, you're not living life as in life is not just passing by. You understand? You know what
hear.
you're doing, and you are enjoying what you are doing. So you are living in that moment, and life is not just passing you by. So let's really go over this session again. Go and digest what we have said.
Yeah,
Mindfulness,
yeah.
being intentional, and just living life like it's your oyster, because God put you in this planet for you to thrive. I said it before, for you to thrive, for you to grow. You can't just be there. You
Fine.
understand? So try, yeah, just be surviving. So connect, try as much as possible to go over this session again and connect to that true person, that authentic you, that you know that these are the things that you enjoy, and these are the things that will bring me happiness, gladness, and fulfillment. Because if I had the power, if I had the magic wand to just make everybody, you be happy, you be fulfilled, you try, I will do it, because I like people, living in their purpose, living with passion, living according to their values, just be happy and thrive in life. Okay, so
Abs-
please let's try as much as possible to do these things. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So God bless you all. If you are living outside Nigeria, you're living outside your home country, and you want to get back to yourself, want to find yourself, want to find your identity, you are doing 2 3 works, you understand, you're not taking any rest, man. It's time to really find back yourself, find your identity, rest, set your boundaries, reset yourself, refocus, and become the person that God has created you to become. I will post the link of the to register under this video. And God bless you all. Thank you, Coach Tochi.
Thank
God
you,
bless you.
everybody. Thank you. Thank you, Kochifi. It was a pleasure doing this. Thank you
Thank you.
so
I
much.
really enjoyed it so much. God bless you.
I'm glad. All right. Bless you too. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And you too.
Bye.
Bye.